Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here with our second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend. This is our Ask Cabral show. So this is where our community sends in questions every single week, and we answer those. I answer those in the order that they come in. If you want to follow along with today's questions from our community, you can simply go to stephencabral.com/2060. That is today's show. You can watch the show on video. You can check out the links, and you can also read the questions that I'll be answering. So we don't edit anything. I literally just opened up the document right now as I'm doing my intro. And what I do is I read them fresh, raw, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, me not being able to pronounce words correctly. We just give you exactly just what it would be like as if you were to ask me a question, if I bumped into you at a conference or whatever it might be. And that's typically how we do it. It's not meant for medical diagnosis, I have to say, treatment or cure of any disease. My job is to give you what may be the underlying reason as to what you are suffering from. So I really love being able to help people with that, since of course I'm simply trying to pay it forward from people helping me many, many years ago do the same. So without further ado, let's get into the show. We're going to answer 6 questions today. First one's coming in from August 9th. Today is September 26th. So if we do the math on that, we're about 6 weeks or so behind. That's not too bad, right? So here we go. The first one is from Lorena. Hi, Doc. I'm a 23-year-old, and it's been 3 weeks since I got the virus, and my hair started falling out dramatically. I was very healthy prior to getting it. I took my DNS, omega-3, zinc, vitamin D, magnesium, collagen, vitamin C, and probiotic every day. I even added NAC, quercetin, and reishi mushrooms to my daily supplement protocol. I exercise 4 to 5 times a week, plant-based diet, 20, 30 grams of protein each meal. I was very surprised I got hit this hard. I thought it wouldn't affect me as much due to the fact that I'm healthy. Why do you think my hair is falling out? That's number one. Taking around 50 milligrams of zinc every day. I have a lot of mucus stuck on my chest, and I keep coughing. I thought this should have been gone by now. Any advice? My taste and smell are not coming back yet. Any advice? My fitness is still far from what it used to be. Is this normal? All right, Lorena. So I would always say this, that, none of these symptoms are, of course, normal. But this is what the powers that be are referring to as the long haul COVID symptoms, or long-term COVID. And I'm going to give you a whole podcast I did on that. All right. So it's Virus and Long-Term Illness Workout Program is 1903. And the COVID tongue and loss of smell and taste is 1873. And then, let's see. The full virus protocol is episode 1810. I think that'll be good to get you started. Post-inflammatory issues, episode 1776. Okay? So you can always rewind, listen to those. And if for everybody else, you can always go to stephencabral.com/podcasts and just scroll through the graphics at the top to get to the virus updates. I haven't done a virus update in 6 months. I don't know that I will be again because of I was censored on Instagram for a very long time, which means most of the 100,000+ people that follow me there didn't get to see the work that I'm producing. And I thought that was really too bad. It's too bad, of course, for censorship. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me when especially people have different viewpoints on things, and we don't have to agree with each other. That's for sure. I don't agree with a lot of other people, but that doesn't mean that we need to censor one side. And especially with someone like myself, where I'm just trying to promote the truth, and I just share with you exactly what the science says, and it's just too bad. But so anyway, you can find all my virus updates right here. And in the future, I may give them on YouTube, but they won't be anywhere else except YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, I would, because a lot more uncensored content will be over there on YouTube. And it's just my name, Stephen Cabral, and Stephen with a PH. All right. So that's going to give you the most in-depth answers. But let's give you a little bit about the hair loss. So I would actually recommend supplementing with balanced zinc now rather than just FM zinc if you're doing that. And the reason is you don't want too much zinc and not enough copper. You want to keep those in balance, especially for the hair. But stress in general can cause hair loss. I have that as one of the 6 factors for hair loss, especially for women. So you'll certainly want to take that into account. And then just, again, making sure you get enough sleep, enough protein to keep rebuilding protein in your body, which is what your hair is made out of. So the advanced collagen support, the immunity protocol, and the daily foundational protocol is what I'd be taking. The daily immunity, remember the immunity protocol, you can go to stephencabral.com/immunity, and that's going to have the balanced zinc in there. That's what I personally do every single day. Let's see if that's actually true, meaning like, yes, that's true. That's what I do every day. But let's see if the link is true. Go to stephencabral.com/immunity. Yeah, that's what I use every day. It's the vitamin D, the alkalizing vitamin C, upon waking, and then the balanced zinc. Okay. So that is that with that. And then you asked about so again, we don't always know why it hits people so hard. If you haven't run your labs, we don't know what was going on inside your body. We don't know that you don't have gut inflammation. We don't know that you don't have SIBO or candida overgrowth or whatever it might be. Again, so it's hard for me to tell if you haven't run those labs. I just don't know. And I don't want to take a guess as to say you should be doing this, or the other thing. And then smell and taste does typically come back within about 2 to 3 weeks. You could just be on the tail end of that. It took me about 2 weeks to get mine back when I had it in early 2020. And, but I, again, haven't had any issues since. I had it for about 3.5 days. It wasn't fun, that's for sure. And I recovered and didn't have taste for just certain things like coffee, which was always weird. I didn't have taste for coffee. And then that came back after about 2 weeks. So hopefully this is helpful, and keep on keeping on, and then check out those previous shows. All right. Melanie says, what's the reason as to why your health coaching team only work with children above 3? By the way, your work is amazing. I recommend the podcast to everyone. Well, thank you, Melanie. We appreciate that. It's just because under 3 years old is really like special population, meaning that you would have to do so much back and forth and see them really in practice, and we're a virtual practice. And under 3, if there's something wrong, that means there's really something wrong, and you want to be under conventional care and the care of a qualified healthcare practitioner. And you're typically a lot of the time, maybe even till 2, that a baby might be breastfeeding. So there's a lot that, it's not that we don't want to work with children under 3, but it's really, for virtual based practice, it's not really recommended. So we want to help you. And so we do. We actually say, work with a qualified naturopathic doctor, functional medicine doctor, in practice, integrative health practitioner level 2. That's what we recommend. So it's not that we don't want to help, we do, but you can't even do the lab testing really with children under 3 years old. So then we don't even have labs to run with them. And so we're just guessing. And in our practice, we don't guess. So we don't waste your money. We don't waste your time. We want the best for you. And since we want the best for you, we say that we're not the best for you at this point. That's really it. Again, I want the best for you. And so that's a team policy that we have. Hopefully that makes sense. Alita is up next. I'm suffering from chronic dry mouth. I had trouble with it within the last year. I thought maybe doing the cleanse would help, but I'm on the 2nd week and still no relief. What podcast would help me with some information? Okay. So chronic dry mouth, as I'm reaching for my water, that's definitely a Pavlovian response right there. I hear dry mouth, and then I say, I must drink water. All right. Water has been consumed. Mountain Valley, one of my favorite brands of, if you're going to get bottled water. It's a great one. So, okay. Here's what we want to think about dry mouth. It could be medication induced if you're on allergy medication, if you're on certain types of stomach acid blockers, if you are on certain biological drugs, like one of them I know for Barrett's as well as rheumatoid arthritis can do that. So just be careful the medication you're on. Many medications cause dry mouth. All right. Let's say it's not the medication. Are you drinking about half your body weight in water per day throughout the day? Not all at once, but if you weigh 160 pounds, are you drinking 10 8-ounce glasses per day? And if you're only drinking 3, well, don't go right away to 10. It's going to be too much. Go to 4, and then the next week go to 5 a day, and just gradually work up your water. And smoothies count, herbal tea counts, so that's okay. And then if it's not that, well, I recommend running the Big 5 labs. And if you can't run the Big 5 labs, I recommend running the starter kit, and if you can, the hormones test. You can go to StephenCabral.com/labs for all those labs, because if you have higher levels of stress, you're going to end up with dry mouth as well, because higher levels of stress keep you in more of the sympathetic nervous system dominant state. And during that state, you have drier eyes, you have drier mouth, you produce less mucus-based secretions. That's not good. So we also want to get you into the parasympathetic. So we would lab test that with at least the hormones test, stress hormones, mood and metabolism test, it's called. And then if we found that, we would, again, I'm not going to give you the protocol because I don't know, I haven't seen your lab. We'd use things such as magnesium, a sleep help protocol. We would use maybe adrenal soothe, and that would help if that's what the case was. So Alita, hopefully that was helpful. All right. Jezebel is up next. Hi, your podcast is so amazing. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jezebel. So here it is. Back in country, Cuba, a pharmacist prepares a remedy for the body to clear impurities and other agents that cause reactions on people's health. It's magnesium sulphate. It's diluted water. I would love to know why it works. I had one time cystic acne that happened overnight, literally. I woke up one day with huge pimples everywhere. After taking that, which it was an entire liter, taking a shot every morning, everything cleared up in 15 days. Not just that, I also had the glow of a baby and that chi. I looked much younger than what I was. I was only 17 at the time. My brother used to have extreme reactions to insect bites and other allergens, wasn't ever so allergic after taking it as well. He's now 33, and even the biggest cuts heal super fast. A little more, it's used to treat preeclampsia as well there. Thank you so much in advance. Okay, happy to help with this. So magnesium sulfate is magnesium bound to sulfur. It's basically Epsom salt. All right, that's magnesium sulfate. You ever hear fact check? I want to fact check myself. Epsom salt, which I never do, but since I have the internet right here, Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. Okay, so here's why it works. Magnesium is used in over 300 enzymatic transactions in the body. So it helps with so many different things in the body. It also helps to calm stress. That's a big one. But sulfur is where you're getting a lot of the benefits. So think about this. One of the reasons why our 21-day functional medicine detox works for so many people, regardless of their particular issue, is because we're improving the sulfur detox pathways. But it's so much more advanced than just using magnesium sulfate. So we're opening up. If you don't know anything about a functional medicine detox, I have a free course on it. It's completely free. Just head on over to go to StephenCabral.com/courses. Let's just make sure. Again, I want to make sure you get this information for free. StephenCabral.com/courses. All right. Some are paid, some are free. They're all about 3 to 4 hours, and it's a whole download of information on one topic. All right. So this is free. Go to StephenCabral.com/courses. Click on the Achieve Equilibrium Detox course. It will teach you all about why a functional medicine detox is the most powerful thing you can really do to set yourself up for great health. So that's that. And sulfur helps with detoxification. So yes, it can help your skin. It can help with allergies because it's clearing the blood as well. So magnesium helps with allergies. Sulfur helps with allergies. So no doubt about it. That could be the reason why. So thank you, Jezebel, for writing in. And again, lots more free information at the detox course or for exactly what we do in our practice, which is cutting edge functional medicine. That's at StephenCabral.com/detox. All right. Michael's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. How can someone reduce die-off symptoms when using biocidin to kill mold, candida, and H. pylori? All right. So what I recommend is, let's see if I can find it here. Let's find the mold protocol. I don't know where it is. Let's see. There it is. Go to stephencabral.com/mold. All right, stephencabral.com/mold. Let's click on it together. And what you're going to see is a mold protocol that goes beyond a biocidin. We like biocidin. We think it's a great product. We really do. But in and of itself, it's one product. In a mold protocol, you actually want to make sure that you are killing the mold, removing the mycotoxins, which are basically the mold waste, and then you want to be binding it up and taking it out of the body. And that's exactly what we do. So that's at stephencabral.com/mold. And let's say, though, you only wanted to use biocidin for whatever reason, because I want to answer your question. Okay, this is what you want to do. You want to also then purchase the intestinal cleanse. Let me see if I have an easy short link for that as well, because we have over 100 products at Equal Life, so I try to make it easier. Let's see. Go to stephencabral.com/intestinal-cleanse. And you would take that along with your biocidin. That's going to help you bind up. You could do a coffee enema once or twice a week, which will help with a die-off symptoms, especially if they're really bad one day. You could do a coffee enema. I have a podcast on that as well. You can just search that at stephencabral.com/podcast. And then also a sauna or infrared sauna will help as well with die-off. All right. Thanks, Michael, for writing in. Estefania is up next. Beautiful names, by the way, today. Beautiful names on the podcast. We've got Lorena, Melanie, Alita, Jezebel, Michael. My brother's name is Michael, and Estefania. So, hello, my name is Estefania Ramirez. I'm 38 years young. I was born in Mexico, but I currently live in Spain. I began intermittent fasting in mid-2017. Began with 12 hours. Now I do 15. I fast, but do not have a low caloric diet. I ingest mainly a plant-based and seafood. I try to avoid meat. I do eat other sources besides vegetables. I avoid simple sugars. 2018, my menstrual cycle began to disappear. I'm currently in hormone replacement therapy. I do not have any other side effects or amenorrhea. My lab tests have always been normal. I've had hypothyroidism when I was 14, 15 years old. After taking levothyroxine for 3 years, my physician cleared me off the medication. Even when I'm under medical supervision, I would love to hear the opinion of Dr. Cabral. Thank you in advance. Estefania, I hope you're tuning in and always happy to help. So, when you're working with a medical doctor or even a lot of functional medicine doctors, they only run blood work. And again, please know that you never need to work with me in my practice. You don't have to. But I want you to understand that running blood work alone will never get you your answers. So if you were to run only one lab test with us, Estefania, I would run the one at stephencabral.com/hormones-test. That's the one I would run because we want to look at your cortisol levels. Is that why you don't have your period, your menstrual cycle? Do you have low thyroid? Is that why? Do you have higher levels of estrogen but lower levels of progesterone? Is that why? Do you have blood sugar dysregularity? We can look at all those different things. So that's really important. I would love you to run the Big Five. That's stephencabral.com/Big Five. But if you can only run one, then I would like you to run the stephencabral.com/hormones-test. That's the stress hormones, mood, and metabolism. Again, you can work with any integrative health practitioner in the world, or you can work with our team. It's completely up to you. When you run a lab with our team, you also get a complimentary consultation with that to explain your results. And you also get a protocol built just for you. So that's it. Multiple reasons. I just gave you why. We can look into all of that. We'll do a little health intake with that, and then we'll be able to give you the right plan for you. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Of course, if these answers were helpful, please do feel free to share them with anyone else you believe they could serve. And don't forget to tune back in tomorrow for our Motivation and Mindset Monday. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. It was a real pleasure being able to spend these past 20 minutes or so with you. And before you go, I want to make sure that you are always up to date on what we have going on over at Equal Life, which is our integrative health, functional medicine-based virtual company, helping people all over the world in order to be able to rebalance their body, get to the root cause of what's suffering from, and then go on to live the life that they love. So what I want to do is just share with you really simply, we're giving away one of the most popular products we have in order to boost the immune system, keep your immune system healthy all fall and winter long. And that is a functional medicine zinc. That means it's functional medicine formulated. So it's formulated to actually work. It's formulated to have the exact dosage that it says in the bottle, and it's been third-party tested. So we are giving you a 25 milligram zinc picolinate product called FM Zinc, completely free on us. It is 60 capsules, so it will last you 2 months. This is a $30 value, completely free on all qualifying orders over $129. And yes, this ships worldwide. Head on over to StephenCabral.com/zinc for this particular offer. Again, that's StephenCabral.com/zinc and get your free bottle while supplies last.